Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo. Very confused here. What was that? I don't care. What? So, I got something that I didn't want. I don't know how the hell I got it. Alright. Am I streaming into the right channel this time? Last time I went between one channel and another, it didn't work. So I gave it 5 minutes. I closed my broadcast tool and then started it up again. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Yes, I'm still working today. I just wrapped up a live stream in the other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Chris Pirillo. Watch it. It's all about net neutrality, so I think we've put we've put that topic to bed. It's to rest. TLDR is a chance for you to ask me anything, a Q&A with you and me every weekday. Ask a question. I should be able to answer it, whatever the question may happen to be. But as I said, net neutrality has now been covered. That was done in the other channel. We did a Let's Talk About Net Neutrality today. After this live broadcast, I'm going to be streaming live in another YouTube channel, youtube.com/Creator Advocate, for people like me, not geeks and nerds, but people who want to use technology to further propel their independence. Business owners, small business owners, creators. We create. Entrepreneurs create. I am creating this video for you to enjoy, and I certainly hope you do, even on a Thanksgiving day. I am probably a better alternative to what you have facing you if you are having to deal with family. Let me be your family for today. So I assume that a great many of my fellow netizens who happen to be living in this country, many people here are not tuned in. I'd imagine most people overseas could be tuned in, not just because of the timing of the broadcast, but specifically on the day. But as I said, no rest for the weary. No, the weary never rest. The early bird gets the weary. No rest for the wicked. Or wicket. No rest for the wicket if you are an Ewok. I got to remember to stay hydrated, otherwise I'll pass out again. Yeah, again. I've done that before. That could be a problem. I got a first question here, and I don't really know if this is a good question or not, but it says, have you heard of Halo? Yeah, got a post. I've heard of Halo. I remember, let me put it this way, I remember playing the first Halo. Some of you guys weren't even born when the first Halo was released. That's how old I am. Someone else asked, what are you eating for Thanksgiving as a vegan? Well, we tweeted this out. It's on my Twitter account. I almost said youtube.com/Chris Pirillo. That would not be my Twitter account if you're paying attention. If you head over to twitter.com/Chris Pirillo, the answer to your question as to what we are eating, and specifically what we are not eating, is in a tweet. A single tweet, tweeted this morning. I tweet all the time. You got to make sure you wipe well when you tweet. It's important. Many people don't wipe, and then you wash your hands. You got to wipe well and wash your hands after you tweet. Some people don't do that. They don't tell you to do that. It's not in the manual. You absolutely should. Blaze comes in with a super chat. First super chat of the day. Thank you very much, at least in this channel. Happy Thanksgiving. Love your perspectives on tech, products, and hot topics. Here's a little towards the Pay the Bills Fund. Thank you. Let's see here. That covered some potatoes for today, the potatoes that we ate, and the corn that I had to go out and buy for Diana. This morning she says, I gotta have corn. I'm like, why didn't you tell me yesterday? So I had to go out on a special trip to get corn for my wife because I love her. And she thanked me for it. There will be no corn served to me on any day. Any day where I don't have to deal with corn is a holiday as far as I'm concerned. Dan JRL1 comes in with another super chat. I say another because yesterday, a few minutes ago, in the other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Chris Pirillo, he did at least 2 super chats. He says, besides the unbalanced animations on iOS, basically all phones do the same thing, right? Yeah, this is what I've been saying for years, Dan. That's exactly what I've been saying for years. That's not, and that was his question there. It was separated from the super chat. But if you want a super chat on iOS, you have to do it from mobile Safari, by the way. You can't do it in the YouTube app because Google doesn't want to pay Apple any more than they're paying Apple now. But yeah, if you can get your thing done, whatever your thing happens to be, yeah, both devices are the same. That's why when I sit here and say, I think most smartphones are the same, people get mad at me, but I'm like, but I'm right. Can you browse the web on your phone? Yes. Can you view pictures? Yes. Can you manage pictures? Yes. Can you do email? Yeah. Can you do Twitter? Yeah. Can you do Facebook? Yeah. It's down to dozy-dos. There's little that separates iOS from Android. Very little. Don't get me wrong. Everyone's going to have a choice. But I think most people are going to be pretty well served by either one. They, for the most part, do the same thing. For the most part. I'm sure you can list thousands of differences, but I would say that the similarities between the two ecosystems, or devices at least, not necessarily ecosystems, the two devices as an experience, I'd be shocked if most people could tell you the difference between the two. Does it have a camera? Yes. Does it have a keyboard? No. I could keep doing this all day. I'm not going to, though. But yes, I do believe, and I have been saying for quite some time, I do believe that they're largely the same. Carl B says, previous super chat went wrong. Oh, no. He says, looking forward to following Creator Advocate. Really appreciate your business insight and guidance. Happy Thanksgiving. You know, Carl, we had a great time yesterday. I mean, I wasn't sure what people were going to talk about or want to talk about, if anybody was going to show up for the live stream. And you did. Some people did. We took a couple of good questions from the audience. It was a small audience. But to me, it gives everyone a chance to tap into my insight, not because they want to hear me talk about this smartphone versus that one, because honestly, those conversations are quite pedestrian, very well worn. They would want to know, how could I use the smartphone to further enhance my business, to further enhance my ability to create? And then that's when I have a chance to tap into my knowledge, my experience, and then basically give them something that they may never have heard of before or thought about before. So it's a chance for me to dispense a different kind of advice. YouTube.com/Creator Advocate. I'll be live streaming that advice over there today as soon as we wrap up TLDR, however long it happens to be. But thank you. I do truly appreciate it. Hang on just a second. Video throttling is not a new concept. Yeah, I know. Oh, wait. They're still going on about net neutrality there, which is fine. It's the chat room. You can join it. Either become a patron at patreon.com/Chris Pirillo or twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo if you are so inclined. And it looks like, according to someone on YouTube, apparently 13 people are still watching you live on the other channel. How are they doing that? Did they not... Wait. They're in chat in the other... The video's already gone live. You can't watch a live video until it's like made public after it's live. They could be catching up, though, admittedly. Someone who has the word beer in his or her username and Canuck, so a Canadian beer drinker. Hey, if I'm going to answer this question, you got to send me some good Canadian stouts. Can you do that for me if I answer this question? Make it an even trade? He says, been an iPhone user since day one, switched to Android on the LG V13, love it. Any suggestions, though, for launchers? Not the biggest fan of the LG skin. Well, you can't escape the LG interface, no matter what you do, but you can effectively mitigate it. There are a lot of launchers that you can try. I know that Nova Launcher is the one that I thought I was going to be using on my Pixel, but I started to use Action Launcher based on the recommendation of a friend. And I have not even come close to uninstalling it. Like, it's not perfect, but I've been able to file bug reports. They address the bug reports. Things get fixed. Things get better. It works the way I would want a launcher to work. And that is, for those who are unfamiliar, the uninitiated. A launcher is effectively your home screen, your start screen. And you can modify this 7 ways from Sunday. And sometimes you're limited based upon the launcher that you use. You can swap out... Back in the old Windows days, they used to be called shells. It's not a shell, it's a launcher. So it comes with this widget, that widget. I can move things in certain positions. I can effectively make it so that when I swipe up, this action happens. When I swipe over, that action happens. When I swipe this way, another action. I can tweak things. And it's powerful, all the way down to being able to modify the icons. And apply more of a cohesive theme to the icons of the apps that you have installed. It's maybe not one for you, but I have been very happy with it. I'm very much looking forward to the future revisions. I've made a couple of recommendations that I hope make it into the final builds. Action Launcher is its name. He releases a new one every 3 weeks or so, which is good. He suggests that in the future builds, he's going to be constantly looking at refining its performance and memory footprint, very important things. But you should look for these kinds of features in any launcher that you choose to use on Android. Adam Toms comes in, and I love this, because I know most of the people who live in this country are not paying attention to live streams. Most of the super chats, it seems, are coming internationally. So Adam Tom says, a super chat to be thankful for Chris's content. And there's a little pound symbol in front of it. So that's how you know. We don't deal, even though what's weird is, we deal in pounds here, when we're talking about weight, not kilos. In everyone, you deal with pounds in terms of money. See, we can find something to agree upon. The word pound. Just knowing that they happen to have different definitions. Hopefully I don't get sick. And I say that because Diana woke up and she was feeling kind of and then Jedi's been kind of and I'm like, that means it's just a matter of time before I get and I hope I don't. I will be enjoying a beer today. I've been holding off for the past couple of days, and I've got that one. And then the next beer I will enjoy will likely be Christmas Eve, and then all the way through New Year's, and then I'll be good for a while. And then the next holiday, Diana's birthday. It's a national holiday. I don't know if you knew this. My wife's birthday is a national holiday. Pez Liz comes in with a super chat. Happy Thanksgiving. The coolest deals at Lockergnome. Yeah. So we're going to be sharing a handful of really awesome Black Friday-ish deals, including Lego deals. Some of them are half off. It's crazy. If you follow Lockergnome on Twitter, and if not, you should. Deals.lockergnome.com may have the thing that you're looking for anyway. Deals.lockergnome.com has technology stuff and technology giveaways. But most of the things that I'd be interested in saving money on, technology is great when you have a chance to get a review unit as someone who looks at technology on a regular basis, but I very rarely chase down deals on technology. Deals.lockergnome.com does that for us. And I'm okay with that. Some people aren't. Surprisingly enough. Someone says, since switching to Android, have you found yourself using a file manager? No, why would I? I guess Google's got a product in beta, probably meant for the Go market, a different market than the United States. But the Go file manager may help keep things in check, including clearing caches. I'd imagine it's going to be in wide release after its beta, because it seems that people were wanting to use it. No, I haven't. Why? I understand this is a computer. I don't want to treat it like one. I don't get why people have been complaining, it doesn't have a real file manager. Dude, if you got to manage files on your phone, I need to introduce you to a life. Because that's just, I'm sorry. What? Computers get better when they act less like computers. Like traditional computers. I don't want to deal with that stuff anymore. Life's too short. Seriously, I don't want to manage. Who wants to manage files? Who wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? I can't wait to manage some files today. Who says that? Liz says, use your new cup. That bottle is likely toxic. How is this toxic? It's like stainless steel. It's downstairs. It just doesn't keep the tea very warm. It gets cooler quicker. I'd rather die drinking hot tea than live sipping lukewarm tea, Liz. No, seriously, I just didn't pour it in before I came up. There's nothing wrong with managing files in the phone organization. Okay? I'm not slagging you if you want to be organized. I like being organized too. But I mean, really? Managing files? Sorry, I can think of so many other things that I can do with life. Managing files is it doesn't even crack the top 100 of the things that I demand out of a computer. File manager. That was interesting back when I had Windows 3.1. And then I grew older. And I was like, you know what? This is horrible. I never want to do this again. I'm so old, I remember Norton Commander. That's how old I am. Oh yeah, those are new OtterBox cases, I think. I don't know how expensive they are, but I want the Darth Vader one and the red Star Wars one. But I don't want to pay for them because I'm fine with what I got. The one from that I paid for with Google. I think that was OtterBox, right? I don't know if I've ever used an OtterBox case. I know everyone talks about them, but I've never used them. Oh, maybe that's what I can do. Earn gift cards, courtesy of go.tagjag.com/free points. Right. Let me see how many points I have. Because that's what you do. You earn points, and then you can exchange those points for gift cards. Okay, let me see here. I don't know if I have enough points right now. Go.tagjag.com/free points. Not sure. Nope. Don't have enough for an OtterBox case yet. Wah wah. Sad trombone. Blaze comes in with more pounds. You're reminding me of the Pete's Dragon song. You know, the original Pete's Dragon movie, the good one. Where they say, money, money, money by the pound. Which didn't make any sense to me. I was like, well, but by the pound, you know, coming in by the pound, but like by the pound? Like, are they talking about the pound, you know, that doesn't exist in America, in Passamaquoddy, certainly? Y'all remember Passamaquoddy? I remember Passamaquoddy. Let's see here. Not related to tech. Sorry, don't worry about it, Blaze. But what are your thoughts on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum? Also, would investing in stock cryptos be a good idea as opposed to keeping money in the bank? God, not a day goes by when I don't hear of a massive like a head wound problem with Bitcoin or now Ethereum. I'll wait. You know, when they start dealing in Star Wars stuff, then I'll get interested. Until then, I'm not the person to talk to about a lot of that stuff. You may be interested in it, but I think there's a lot of work that needs to go into what it is that's happening with Bitcoin. Number one, to make it, you know, far more user friendly, but also specifically, you know, from the aspect of general stability. And that's something that I haven't seen. It seems that every other day there's something new. That's just not a great thing coming out of the camps of either Bitcoin or Ethereum. Maybe you see things differently. Maybe you use things differently. But I have not even come close to feeling like either one of those options was remotely understandable or stable. Not a good system to go by. Like, if Star Wars stuff was unstable, that would not be fun. Like, and you know, just imagine, just for a moment, let's just imagine, you know, my nesting dolls here. Imagine if they weren't stable, right? See, it's stable. It's but imagine, like, every time I put it down, it always rolled over and cracked open, right? Man. And then you end up with a whole bunch of pieces here that you got to man. And so then when you got it on display, it looks like that. That's Bitcoin. That's Ethereum. Nope. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. If you want to play with it, play with it. I'm not dissuading you. I'm just saying, I just don't. It ain't for me. I'm even advising a company as an official advisor. I have an advisory role for a company called Narrative. And they're using the blockchain to effectively build value or help their user base, their community build value. This is the company I was referring to the other day that may build a tool for us to use during live videos, which would be just absolutely astounding. I think it would be amazing to see the thing that I would like to see, but I just can't develop it. There's a Darth Vader shirt. Yeah, I have that design on a stocking. Not on a shirt. I'm careful about buying Star Wars shirts. Like, if they don't have the Star Wars license, the brand on them, they're usually bootlegs. Like, I think the shirt that I'm wearing now, number one, is just, it's too big. It's for me at a completely different weight. But it should. I'm not going to take it all the way off. Don't worry. It says Old Navy Collectibles. Oh, yeah. So it was officially licensed. And I haven't seen any other Star Wars shirts at Old Navy. I've gone in, too, especially when they do the sales. But remember, I usually buy my clothes secondhand. I'm a big secondhand fan of clothes. Tomorrow at one of our thrift stores, jeans are going to be 75% off. And they already cost like $2. I refuse to buy a lot of new clothes. I refuse. Steadfastly refuse. Unless They're awesome, or they're on sale. And usually the only thing that, oh, hang on just a second. I got, low power mode. I got tagged by Boba Fett Fan Club on Facebook. They must have remembered the graphic we did eons ago. Hang on. They did. Yeah. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, Star Wars Radar got some juice. I'll show you in a second. 102. Thanks for remembering! Exclamation mark. I posted some on Star Wars Radar anyway. So this is Boba Fett Fan Club, right? And I assume everyone out there follows Boba Fett Fan Club. I assume you follow the same page as I do, all the Star Wars ones. And they tagged Star Wars Radar on Facebook. I'm sorry, that went way too dim. Let's bring it up just a notch. Not to be confused with the notch, which is not here on the iPhone 8 Plus. Kelly Issaquah did this comic a couple of years ago when we were doing Vader Fun, which then evolved into, I guess I can't tap to make that larger. But anyway, I'll be tweeting this particular image out. I just reshared their post on Facebook, but I will be sharing this original image on Star Wars Radar. It's interesting though because Vader Fun was the original title for it, and that's even in the graphic. But I was like, oh, we're no longer using that, and it's all redirected to Star Wars Radar. But Boba Fett Fan Club, look at that! It's got 251 other people liked it. I liked it, and 102 shares because it was awesome. We even have like a floating Tarkin in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. Every time I tune into those parades on the TV, yeah, there's the graphic right there. Well, that's most of the graphic. That's the one I tweeted earlier, and then there's at least two others. Oh, those are Tix clocks. Yeah. Oh, that was from Her Universe. That didn't look very Her Universe-y. I've seen way better things from Her Universe. That looked like a bootleg. That T-shirt thing that you're showing. I'm not sure if I'm really feeling that. I'm also not sure how I'm feeling about the length of TLDR today, so we're probably going to start wrapping up here in another few minutes. We'll keep it about a half hour because the broadcast I did in the other channel was about a half hour long. Seems to be about a pretty good length to do a YouTube broadcast here on an American holiday. I know people are probably shocked. They're sitting there eating whatever it is they eat on Thanksgiving, and they get this notification. Chris Pearl's going live again? What? It's true. It is true. And then later, I'm hoping that I'm going to get Jedi to sit down long enough to watch a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving with me. I wouldn't say it's a tradition. It's been a long time since I watched it. But I love the classic Peanuts cartoons. Carl B. comes in with a super chat, asks, are the Knights of the Old Republic good? A lot of people like them. I never got into KOTOR, though I do understand its value in the chain. I know there are people that are just going to cling to it for the rest of their lives. I doubt that it's ever really going to truly become canon. It may screw with too many other things. Although, it would be interesting to see KOTOR effectively become canon without calling it Knights of the Old Republic. That would be an amazing name, but it would confuse a great many people. I'd like to see what happened with that video game series canonized in much the same way that Rebels canonized a few expanded universe characters like Thrawn, a fan favorite. Certainly, Thrawn has been, I think, an amazing character, an amazing asset to see on Star Wars Rebels. And I kind of wish that Thrawn was with Star Wars Rebels from the very beginning. I think a lot more people would have been into it at that point. Dan J. Rel 1 asks, how do you like iPhone 8 Plus over 7 Plus? In a super chat. Thank you for the super chat. I think it's ample. I don't think it's perfect. I'm not blown away by it. Wasn't, even when I was using it near constantly. I find that it was able to process tasks in a cleaner way compared to the iPhone 7, and this is never more apparent than when I'm using it for maybe 5 minutes. There's some jank and animation, frame rate skippiness. I mean, this iOS stuff just doesn't get mitigated just because you get a new iPhone. That's because iOS is horrible. Period. End of story. There's no debate on this. This is flat fact. The moment I start to really see problems is when I do the comparisons. And not looking to compare, but I'll use my phone, and then Diana needs something to be tweaked or something changed. So I'll use her phone, and it's even more frame skippy than the iPhone 8 Plus. And I find the iPhone 8 Plus still to be skippy, even on, the latest beta of iOS 11.2 beta 4, I think. They're up to 4, the public beta. But as I said, pretty much from the inception of iOS 11, I said it may only be usable around the 11.3 beta frame. So I'm hoping that would further mitigate a lot of the performance issues, because that's when I saw iOS 10 become a lot cleaner to use, a lot better to use, though it never really, achieved escape velocity. Just, ultimately the massive head wound shortcomings of iOS, just they can't, a faster processor can't address those or address them well enough. Yeah, it's in terms of the two, sure, I'd choose the iPhone 8 Plus over the 7 Plus, but I don't think it was worth the money differences at all. I would have been fine, I think, with an iOS driver, a daily driver, sticking with the iPhone 7 Plus if I, again, continue to move forward with using the Pixel as the daily driver. And the Pixel's far from perfect either. Like, it's not astounding, or as astounding as I would hope it would be. It's different. It's good, it's solid, but I think Android has a long way to go. I think the Pixel 2 XL is a better performer compared to the iPhone 8 Plus, the Pixel 2 XL specifically, not necessarily just the Pixel 2, which I didn't have a lot of use of. But yeah, it's been a striking contrast, a striking difference between the two. Oh, suddenly everything just jumped there. Something going on here? Am I still there? Yeah, it says stream health. Weird. Like, chat just, totally froze. Huh. Okay. Very odd. That's not normal. But, okay, not much I can do about it. Personally, the iPhone 8 will be my last iPhone if iOS 12 doesn't show a vast improvement of iOS 11. Don't hold your breath, dude. Don't do that. Don't sit around waiting for iOS to get better, because I don't think it will. Don't pin your hopes. I moved on. The funny thing is now I'm seeing, even with Google's apps, today they released a new YouTube Creator Studio for iOS, and what's nice in the Creator Studio on iOS now, with the update, if I can find it here, it's great for people like me, creators. Wait a minute, where is it? Did it get updated yesterday? Come on, damn, I must have updated a lot of apps. All right, I'll just go here. I thought it just updated yesterday. YouTube Studio. At least it did on the iPad. Did it not do it on the iPhone? Let's talk about net neutrality. Yeah, the iPhone version hasn't updated, but the iPad version has. So the iPad version now, check this out. In the YouTube Studio, you're not going to be able to see the details. But now, in the YouTube Studio, you can heart comments, and you couldn't do that before, which made it very, very difficult to manage comments. But now, let's see if I can find a comment that I actually heart. That's a challenge and a half. I'm glad you stepped up, like the millions of people out there. Okay, so I'm gonna hit heart now. So you can hit the heart button in the YouTube Creator Studio on the iPad. And that's a feature on the iPad, but not on the iPhone yet. And then it's also not on the Android version of the software. So hopefully they bring that feature to Android and to the iPhone. Google's development cycle is a little, I don't know why, but that's Google. And that has been TLDR. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to head over to youtube.com/creatoradvocate. That's right. I'm going to do yet another live video for you in another channel. youtube.com/creatoradvocate. Links in the video description, or it should be. You can also check out the live video we did in the other channel, youtube.com/Chris Pirillo. Let's talk about net neutrality. I just hearted a comment. Pro-neutrality, freedom for content to come from anyone, anywhere, max speed, anti-neutrality, freedom for ISPs, charge, airline-style feed, censor content, selectively throttle speed by site. I'm not quite sure I understood that. I'll take it as an amazing amount of support for net neutrality. Pro-neutrality freedom, yeah, for content. So there would be number one, thank you for the super chat. And number two, a perfect comment to dovetail this particular broadcast, to tease you. I'm teasing you. No, I'm just reminding you that the The live video already happened over there. See you in a few minutes. YouTube.com/creator advocate, and then over on twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo. Remember, you can also join Discord chat by subbing to me on my Twitch profile or by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Chris Pirillo. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you in a few minutes, and if not, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. Okay. I'm about to live stream into the Creator Advocate YouTube channel, honey. Didn't think it was that funny. Did you understand what she said? I caught the last part, but nothing else. I'm glad she called up here because we got another super chat. Vaughn Goy came in at the last minute. Happy Thanksgiving, Chris. Happy Thanksgiving, Vaughn, and to the rest of you all, no matter where you live on this planet. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you.